Hey, welcome to this video and congratulations on making it. Today you're gonna learn about the second chance stubborn fat protocol for stressed and unconfident ladies. And specifically, you're gonna learn how to get rid of the body fat or stubborn fat and build a sexy figure without silly diets, thing that doesn't work, and without giving up all the food you love, right? So in a nutshell, the easy path to go from here to here, and of course getting back to that dress that so much define you. If you're going to be able to do that, you're going to be able to get what more than 400 women before you today got over here. As you can see here in specific pictures, some pictures are really amazing, some pictures are more impressive than others, but specifically what we did in the second chance program, not only we gave people amazing visual results, but as you can see here, we get all the secrets to be able to keep this transformation, because as you know, getting to a results is only about 50% of the job. How many times did you see people on the net getting some results, but yet you don't know where they ended up, you don't know what happened after the program, and you don't even know if they love the program in the first place, right? So as you can see here from Pilar, from Mimi, from Marisa, people that you will get to know in this presentation much better, not only this is a visual transformation, but is a substantial from the inside out transformation, okay? So not only visual, but of course mindset as well. Now, I'm gonna be needing from you from the bat, I'm gonna need 60 minutes of your attention, okay? I know you could be doing other things. I know you could turn on Netflix right now, you could do other things. Yet, if you're here, it's because something in your life doesn't really go the way you want, right? So something got your attention to actually click. Probably you start struggling with stubborn fat or fat in general, and as a result, you have seen this presentation. Yet every time that you see this presentation, nothing really changed because you don't take any action. So what I'm going to be doing here today, I'm going to specifically give you the secrets that helped all these women before you today not only get to a desired body, but keep the desired body. And this is the second chance path you can see here, okay? And for those of you that stay until the end, not only you will get all the secrets about taking care of the stubborn fat, but you will get a phone call with me or one of my coaches in which we're gonna be able to customize this path for your specific situation, okay? For your metabolism, for your lifestyle situation, and you're gonna have full clarity why you haven't yet lost your fat, okay? So, I know you try it all, I know you see it all, but if you're still here, chances are this fat or stubborn fat you currently have in your body really reflects all these symptoms, which of course make you feel in different ways, okay? So maybe you feel lonely, maybe you feel tired, you're always moody, you're always depressed, you really don't have confidence when you wear those clothes, right? And then as a result, you might tell yourself a bunch of stories, such as you're unworthy, you're overweight, you're unhappy, you're helpless. So what's gonna happen here today, you're really about to be wowed. You're gonna have some breakthrough moments here with me, and of course you're gonna understand how do you get from here to here without giving up all the food you want, and specifically even that, the tricks about the food that people tell you that is actually healthy, right? Things such as soy or orange juice or concentrated orange juice. Why are those food preventing you from actually lose the weight? And why, of course, getting this particular physique here will mean nothing if you're not able to maintain it. So we're gonna learn about the habits game instead of always relying on motivation, okay? So before we move any forward, I'm not here to insult your intelligence. You can actually imagine that this is not a quick fix. So I'm not here to talk about any particular supplements or shakes or doing out of cardio or doing some weird kind of machinery exercise that you put on your body or freezing your fat up with any stupid crap like that. I'm not here to say those kind of things. I'm actually here to give you a way out of your problem if you're actually able to understand, first of all, how the stubborn fat protocol works, and second of all, if you understand that you need to work hard, okay? Without a shadow of a doubt, I can back up every single thing I'm saying over here, but if you come here thinking that this is going to be a quick fix, you might just well stop this presentation right now, because there is no quick fix in getting rid of that. So who am I and what gives me the right to talk to you like that? My name is Jerry, I'm an exercise physiology major, I am a nutritionist as well, and I'm the creator of Execute Fitness and a Second Chance program, okay? As you can see here my accolades, but I'm not here really to blow my horn, really. this can give you a little bit of reassurance that you're really dealing with a professional. Yet what really gives me the ability to help you is really my story. Okay, so my beginnings, like a lot of kids, it was actually a pretty nice childhood. I had nothing really was missing for my life. Yet, around 10 years old, I actually lost my father. Okay, so my father passed away, and as a result, of course, not only I developed depression, but also I developed a body image issue. I kept really attaching my worth to the number on the scale. I wanted to be skinny, and then of course I was fluctuating, getting fat and skinny, and as a result, I really got to around 15 years old that I was weighing about 100 kilo. Okay, so of course. I try to really fill, those voids, compensate with compensating behavior, such as party drinking, binge eating, comfort eating, to fill my void. And of course, as you can see here, I really didn't have what you think a regular coach or a regular personal trainer would have. Yet I was able to give people a lot of results. When it came to the gym, I was training people. I was able, from my knowledge, to give people results. Yet I was really in denial of myself, because I was not able to figure out, why, if I counting my calorie, and why, if I doing the right things when I'm training and I'm counting my calorie and I'm within my calorie, why my body doesn't reflect, what it's supposed to reflect, why I'm still having belly fat, why my metabolism really doesn't work. And it was then when I really stumbled upon, this idea that, hormonal fat loss is much more important than people want you to believe, okay? So I'm not saying that calories don't matter, right? And I'm not saying that hormone is the only thing that matters, but yet there is something between the middle of that people, that have bad lifestyle, will not get clear on. Okay, as you can see me here, I was drinking a beer, and was not only one beer; it was hundreds of beer that I was drinking. Really on a weekly basis. I was really going out 3 or 4 times a week. And as you can imagine, as probably alcohol has a very profound effect on testosterone on men. So even though I was thinking that I was doing the right thing, I was not really able to reflect on my body what I was able to give to other people, okay? And as a result, I really realized that something needed to happen. I needed to change my life from the inside out in order for me to be able to help other people even more, okay? So what I did, I really rebuilt my body, and really changing from the inside out. I really asked myself, why am I filling those voids with wrong things, such as alcohol, party drinking, and of course binge eating? And as I finally decided, that enough was enough, I stabilized my life. I stopped doing those things, right? And as a result, not only I got stable and I finally find somebody that really loves me, I got my degree, and and at that point I was thinking to myself, how can I impact more people, right? And it was then that I really realized that I remember how I felt when I kept getting banter from other people, when I kept getting lack of credibility from fellow coach. And of course, I struggled so much with belly fat and stubborn fat that I said, I really want to help women really that struggle so much with this issue, getting rid of the belly fat, and stubborn fat forever, okay? And as a result, I really built, a movement of women, which is known today as the Second Chance Program. As you can see here, Pilar. Pilar, came to me asking, for a solution. She told me that if she didn't find anything that worked, she would resort to liposuction, okay? So as you can see here, her stubborn fat, almost got her to go under surgery, right? And as you can imagine, surgery, it's not really a solution that I would have ever want to for you to actually do, especially because once you take care of that, if you don't change your lifestyle, you're not going to be able to keep it. So as you can see here, Pilar not only changed visually, but she was able to finally, reflect her confidence, with the dress that she's wearing. So, we changed her visually, but we gave her the support to be able to finally, build up her confidence in a way that she can maintain it, okay? So the vision I have, for all of you here today is to really win the battle with stubborn fat, okay? Stubborn fat that is something really particular, right? There are a lot of women that you can see here that they look like that by nature, and yet when you start gaining fat, you might start from a place of like these two ladies over here, and then you start putting on some weight, and then you remind yourself how you look amazing in those dresses, in those bikinis, yeah. And then of course, as you don't reflect that anymore, you start telling yourself stories. You start telling yourself you're not pretty enough. You start telling yourself you're not smart enough. And then if you get some comment from other people of things happening in your life, you really get into this place of sadness, not happiness, and last thing you know, you really end up, watching the mirror sometimes or the window, not even know what life is about, right? So as a result, this is really what gets you to move, right? Yet you always forget the important part. Right? I know that what I just said is important, but this is even more important. This is, for some people, it's really a matter of health, right? It's really a matter of life. It's really a matter of health. Right now, we live in a place that, especially in US alone, we have about, America is fatter than ever, right? You can see the statistics over here, right? Even in young people. Binge eating is skyrocketing off the roof. Depression, 1 out of 10 Americans is depressed or will be depressed. As you can see here, we have a huge problem if you don't do something about it, okay? Marissa, like I told you before, Marissa, she came to me, she was taking medication for depression. She was, I remember the first conversation we have, she was very emotional, and she said, I really need to do something, right? And as you can see here today, not only, she changed her visual, appearance for a bunch, but she's finally really able to reflect that smile, that confidence, and of course, she's inspiring a lot of people. She just took some of the people from the group, and, they just ran their first half marathon, okay? So as you can imagine, this is much more than just changing visually. Does that sound familiar? Is this you? Are you experiencing that? Because if you are, I'm ready to start, and I'm ready to change your life, okay? And you're gonna be learning today the 3 main secrets, that people don't want you to know, okay? Why some women, will never lose a stubborn fat unless you understand this, okay? The second secret is why 97% of diets fail long term, and the third secret is the simple yet underestimated secret that if you don't build a lifestyle, you will not keep results, okay? So let's get started, okay? What is this thing about that you need to know about metabolism? Why, some women look like the one in the left and some women can look like the one in the right, and yet, no matter how you try, you're not going to be able to actually change. So start from metabolic adaptation. This is one of the 2 main factors of metabolism. You heard that before, right? You heard this thing about calories. You heard this thing about calculating your calories. So normally in a healthy metabolism, all you have to do is really find your maintenance metabolism level, which could be 2000 calories. And when you want to lose weight, all you have to do is really creating a deficit of 300 to 500 calories. Okay, you can do that by moving more, exercising more, or eating less. Yet most diets, and we will know later on about diets, what they do, they give you an extreme calorie cut. They give you an extreme calorie cut of about 1000 calories, okay? And they let you have this thing for as much as you can, right? Yet, of course, what happens when you do that, you just simply end up getting your maintenance level calorie to 1200 calories or something like that. So anyway, your metabolism really lower a lot, okay? And you will see how this relates to the hormonal part. So what you have to do if you want to progress from here, you really have to either go on a 800 calorie diet, which is, you know that is really difficult, or you have to move even more, okay? And of course, what you do after that, the only thing you can do, okay? You just eat more, and then of course, you just end up gaining weight with interest, because now, as you can see here, the weight is really, it's really a matter of just eating like you were before, and you kind of like storing back calories. So what you're telling me is like, okay, cool. All I have to do is now create a 500 calorie deficit. Yes, if you're a healthy person, healthy metabolism, that's all you have to do, okay? Yet, about 60% of women really suffer from, not only, I'm not saying you're not healthy, but I'm saying that you're suffering from a lazy metabolism, okay? And what does that mean is that you will go into this cycle of dieting, becoming preoccupied when you're not seeing the results. You're gonna break off the diet because like you start feeling cravings, right? You'll feel ashamed and you'll binge, right? And then of course you feel even more guilty until you start seeing the scale going up again, and yet of course you're gonna start something different, okay? I know that's you. Like if you're watching this and you say, yeah, that's me, I'm telling you that it's not your fault, okay? I know how you feel. You know, I was a binge eater for a very long time, and as I said before, you know, only when you really figure out, you know, what to do, you can finally, you know, change that. So, I mean, you've been lied to. It's not your fault, but the fault is not doing something about it, okay? Now you know that you can do something about it, so listen closely. So in a flexible metabolism, like I said before, like somebody that looks like that, you know, your metabolism does somewhat look like does somewhat work like a calculator, okay? So the thing that I just told you before is something that is related to you if you're pretty much healthy or if you have a flexible metabolism. Yet, if you have an unflexible metabolism, your metabolism doesn't really work like a calculator, okay? And I know what you heard, right? You know, like if it's not a calculator, it must be a chemistry set, right? So like it's everything about the hormone. This is why there is keto or diets like that with, you know, they take off carbohydrates because carbohydrates spike the insulin. So, you know, like your metabolism, they told you you heard all these things, you know, it works like a calculator or it works like a chemistry set, okay? Right? Wrong. As you understand here, metabolism, for most women, metabolism works like a thermostat or a seesaw. It will go up and down. It will self-regulate depending on the hormone. The reason why you cannot get rid of stubborn fat is because of the fellow hormone, okay? The hormone that is called leptin, which leptin is a regulator from your metabolism. It decides that if you have more leptin, your metabolism go faster. If you have less leptin, your metabolism go less faster, okay? Now, it also regulates your, you know, amongst other hormones, you know, it does regulate thyroid, it does regulate the adrenals, and cortisol and everything, but what it does as well, it really regulates your appetite, okay? It tells you that, you know, if you have enough storage, right, you're not going to be needing to eat anymore, right? So the good news is, you know, you have a good news, right? You have, as a woman, a lot more leptin than men. The bad news is that women are also a lot less reactive to leptin, okay? And it's called leptin resistance, okay? Which is the principle that you see over here, okay? Your brain stimulates, you know, leptin when you eat, okay? And as you can see here, when you eat, you get more adipocytes, okay, you know, fat cell. And as a result, your adipocytes send a signal, you know, to the receptors that binds, you know, with leptins to send a signal to your brain to produce this hormone. And as you can see here, when you're leptin resistant, which by the way is very similar with that happens when you are insulin resistant, you will not get this message going through the brain. And as a result, you will basically break that link. And as a result, your metabolism is dysregulated, okay? And of course, also the other second bad news, you know, is that, you know, women are also producing a lot less leptins, or leptins really lower down when you keep yo-yo dieting. So, you know, the thing is like that if you keep being on a diet all the time, you will lose the ability to have this hormone work for you, okay? So, and this is pretty much everything that happens all the time, okay? You got this scenario, you lose some weight, and then you get more weight than you actually started back, okay? I know already what you're thinking, right? I have to change my wardrobe, right? Every time that I get invited to the beach, I don't want to go because I look so skinny from this diet that I did and just got back everything, right? What are they gonna say to me, right? So as you can see here, it's a scenario that keeps repeating. It doesn't really have to be like that. There is a way out, okay? So our findings is that not only you can really get, you know, physiques like this, right? But, you know, if you strategically learn how to cut calories, if you strategically learn how to time your food and your macros, not only you can get this kind of physique, but you can actually use the food you actually love as your ally, okay? You can use the food that you love as your allies, okay? And the one thing that nobody really told you, right, is that healthy foods such as soy, for example, which is found in all those bars that you buy, like healthy bar, like Luna bars, like protein bar, usually they have protein soy in there, is actually responsible to mess up with your estrogen level, right? And actually stopping your weight loss, okay? Specifically when hormonal weight loss is on the plate. The concentrated orange juice that everybody tell you that is really so healthy to get on your breakfast is rich of high fructose corn syrup, which is basically, being fructose, travels so quick to your liver, and if it fills up the storage, which is about 50 grams, on a given individual, if it fills up that, it really gets converted into fat right away. So you've been told all your life that you have to hit, fructose or like eating, usually those sweet orange juices that is healthy for you, and this is actually might be the responsible for you not actually losing, the weight that you need to be losing. So as you can see here, fat loss is much more profound than just weight loss, okay? And especially I get this question all the time, which is the best exercise to burn fat? The honest answer is none, okay? There is no exercise that burns fat. There is no way for you to technically take off the fat from your body by exercising, okay? The only thing that you can do if you want to take off your fat, it would be surgery, right? Which of course I don't recommend. The way that the body works, there is not one strategy, there is a strategy for you, okay? You will need to blend some different workouts. You will need to use weights, you will need to use conditioning cardio, you will need to run, you will need to do some actually cardio conditioning. And of course, it's not by really burning off your fat, it's by improving your metabolism, it's by improving your lean muscle mass, it's by improving your mitochondria at the cellular level, it's by improving the ability to actually take off all the energy from the fat cells and be able to actually metabolize that off your body, okay? So as you can understand here, it's a lot more complex than you think. When you've been told, then of course there is one diet and one specific exercise that is gonna get rid of your fat. It doesn't really work like that. It's not that simple, okay? It's more like that. It's more like, you finding a good blend between conditioning cardio, weight training, and of course, building habits, improving habits, and gaining awareness with food, okay? And of course, we are here to guide you there, okay? This is what a second chance is about. The trajectory you don't ever take in account consideration, though, is the one that you put in your that you put into your path, You will never do something for long enough for you to see results. There is always somewhat of an excuse. I have no time, I'm stressed, my body's not reacting, and I need to go to a vacation. So not only we're gonna help you change visually, but we're gonna give you the mindset that you can go through this particular trajectory on top and get from where you are today, to where you need to go. Okay, to your second chance. What we see for most women, though, the common mistakes we see is really that a lot of women really train like men with men protocol. And of course, the second thing is that a lot of women spend a lot more time doing cardio than you actually need. Being a woman with a women metabolism, you need a women personalized workout, okay, which usually looks something, a lot of change movement. It looks a lot less intense than guys, a lot less in length than guys, and of course, with pretty decent volume. The good news is that, like I said before, it's not gonna be so long, so you're not gonna need to waste a lot of time doing this kind of workout, okay? And of course, this is the way that we cure over 500 ladies. As you can see here, you actually see the pictures. We cure any particular body type. We can see, you can see that some people didn't have the abdominals and they have it. Some people came out of pregnancy and they got a flat stomach. And these things happen usually around the 2 months mark, okay? So it's not really that long to get that. So what is the second secret, okay? Why 95% of diets fail long term? This is basically why, okay? As you can see here, I know this is bad, I will just have it one last time. This is usually why diet fail, and I will pretty much tell you why right now. So the diet problem is that, every protocol always want to cut something out. They want to starve you, they want to make you feel uncomfortable, they have 1,000 rules. And of course, if I give you 3 rules and you cannot follow simple things such as taking off your processed food, taking off your sugar or limiting your sugar, and drinking enough water, for example, if you cannot follow that, what is the hope of you following, a 25 rule diet, right? And of course, all the diet really are around this principle here, eating less and exercising more, okay? And of course, this is how the industry is getting rich on your behalf, okay? As you can see here, the weight loss industry is worth 648 billions, which is only second to last to the beauty anti-aging, industry. Okay, it's even bigger than the fitness itself. And why do diet fail specifically is because they're confusing, it's one-sided, and of course they have no support. You always do it yourself. You always download the templates. You always find information online. You do it. You hit a wall. You lose some weight, and then you hit a wall. You don't know what to do, and you quit. Okay. So any given nutrition protocol, right? You will not be able to get results with unless you have support and unless you understand what it means to course correct. Unless you understand that you need to do something, you need to take some numbers, you need to figure out why something is working for you or not working for you, and then you need to course correct. There is not such a thing such as doing something for 2 weeks and then quitting and then doing something different. Okay? You take in your problem and you'll take your problem elsewhere. You're not really fixing it, you're taking it elsewhere. But what I can tell you about diet, though, is that, physiology of nutrition is about 60%. If you did a balanced diet, if you ate enough calorie, if you took the right nutrient at the right times, and if you did everything correctly, if you actually follow a specific diet for long enough without questioning it all the time, you would actually succeed. But diets in general always fail for psychological reason, okay? They always fail because you say to yourself things such, this is an extra bite and it won't hurt. So as you can see here, it's not about cookies, but if you can see here, the 150 calorie from cookies, which could be a banana, by the way, adds up in the end of the month. And as you can see here, equal to 10 cheeseburgers, which equals to about a kilo of fat. Okay, but the one thing that is actually a problem is not that you gaining or losing 1 kilogram of fat, is that you tell yourself this bite won't hurt. Why are you not really trying to fix your psychological discussion with food? Why do you say to yourself, oh, this extra bite won't hurt? Why not sticking to what you actually said that you were going to do, right? So the second problem is that you will say things such as, I deserve this cheat meal, I've been good during the week, right? It's like saying, I'm gonna clean my house today, and yet I'm gonna put a bunch of dirt inside at the end because I just cleaned it, so I've been good, so I can actually put a bunch of dirt in there. Getting cheat meals, right? When it's not done strategically, as you can see here, is gonna simply build up a bad relationship with food. Yes, as you can see here, if you binge one time out of a week, and then you keep a 1800 calorie diet, you're gonna have an average of 2000, gonna be fine. But if you start binging every other day, you're gonna need to starve the rest of the week, and it's gonna be really difficult to overcome your binging. Not to mention that if you have a metabolic problem, binging 3 times a week, it will really not ever make your metabolism work like it has to. So you might even eat calorie numbers on whatever calorie you need to eat, yet you will not see the weight loss that you wanna see. Okay. Of course, you believe in the existence of forbidden food. You don't want to eat an apple because you feel like there is sugar in there. And then, of course, you're going to end up binging by the end of the day. Okay. And this was me for a very long time. I thought that I could drink away my problem, or I could binge eat my way from my problem. I had a bad conversation, with my boss, with my girlfriend or whatever. I needed to drink something so I could take away my problem, and I know you have been guilty of that as well. If you're watching this, if it's not alcohol, it's probably food. You want to always medicate negative emotion with food or with alcohol. And as you tried before, you know that this doesn't work, okay? So you're really failing in diets because of the thing you're allowing yourself to believe, not because they don't work, because you keep telling you things, right? And of course, if you want to actually a protocol that works, something like in the second chance, we teach you to be aware, okay? We teach you that a pizza has 1400 calories, yet you can still have some of the pizza. We don't make you completely go from 2 pizza to 0 pizza. We give you this idea that you can really do whatever you want as long as you understand the principle, okay? And as long as you really are willing to refine your habits, to improve your habits, to get awareness, and of course, to master your habits. Lastly, you're gonna be able not only to understand, calories, macros, you're gonna be able to be aware of the choices that you do, and you're gonna be able to build self-love, okay? You're gonna be able to get specific food and actually have a benefit and a beneficial from you feeling like you actually improving not only your metabolism, not only your visual, but you're gonna feel better when you eat. You're gonna actually be able to perform better. You're gonna be able to have more energy. You're gonna be able to really enjoy eating better, okay? And of course, you're gonna realize that, if you don't take measurements, if you don't get data, you're not gonna be able to ever know and be certain that something is working. This is one of the other problems where diet always fails. This is Elisa. As you can see, she not only lost visually a lot. When I talked to her, she said, I'm not really feeling like I'm losing. So I said, Elisa, I know you're losing. Let's get you some measurements down. Let's start taking measurements. Let's show you that this thing is actually working. And when she took the measurement, she was totally surprised. She, as soon as she took it, she had lost from the beginning, she lost about 3 centimeters. So as you can imagine, when you have no certainty, you don't have peace of mind, and you actually quit, right? So you need to understand that is a lot more than just thinking that something is working. You need to be certain that something is working. Because without certainty, how many times did you fail, right? How many times did you tell, I was thinking that this is not working, or I think that this works, and then you just lose some weight just to end up getting it all back, right? And of course, why that happened is because you told yourself that something wasn't working, because you told yourself that you have to do it perfectly, that you're the perfectionist, because you told yourself that you're busy, that you couldn't really go work out, so you actually lost the habit, right? And of course, not only you're gonna end up gaining weight, but I didn't tell you the kicker. The kicker is that 56% of women will end up gaining more weight than they started from, okay? So as you can see here, it's not just a problem, it's a big problem, okay? This second chance pad can give you the body you want, can get rid of your stubborn fat, yet when you actually get where you need to get, when you actually get to that particular body here, when you can wear the dress that you want to be wearing, you're only 50% there. And you need to understand that. It's not about getting there, it's about maintaining what you're getting, okay? Because, of course, it takes me to the third secret, the last secret, and in my opinion, the most important, is that if you underestimate that you need to maintain your results, you're always going to end up losing your results, okay? So in this particular secret, I will teach you why if you keep relying on motivation, you'll never be able to keep results, okay? So what is responsible for you not ever building habits, okay? It's this idea of identity. You tell yourself a lot of stories. You tell yourself you're a perfectionist, you need to do something perfect, otherwise it's not worthwhile, right? Like example, I need to work out an hour for this week or this day. If I don't work out, I might just well not go, right? Because 20 minutes is not long enough, right? As you can see in our program, a lot of workouts are 20 minutes long, okay? So you don't need to be a perfectionist, and this thing need to change because perfectionism is really the enemy of practice, okay? So you will need to practice and get better over time. And of course, the procrastinator, okay, I'm busy, I couldn't do it, and I left it there, right? How is it that everybody has 24 hours and some people can get a lot of things done and of course other people can, okay? And the emotional eater, okay, I get home and I feel like I have cravings, I have to eat. Of course, like this is not hard to believe. If you skip your breakfast, if you run all the day around because you're stressed, of course you're gonna get home and you're gonna eat. Why is that happening? Is because you didn't put standards in your own life. You didn't say, I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna have dinner today or lunch today. I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna I'm not gonna make my coffee break only like 5 minutes. I'm gonna actually give myself some time so I can actually eat healthy, for today. So as you can see here, you need a vision. You actually need a profound vision, and specifically what that means is that you need to understand why all these goals that you see here, losing your weight, building a sexy figure and actually keeping that, why is it important for you? Okay, there is a lot of women that do things and they don't know why is it important. And without knowing why is it important, not only you might not even get there, but if you get there, it's gonna be very short-lived. Okay. And of course, you need to do that because otherwise you're going to have all this social pressure of what a woman life should look like or what a woman look should be like. And of course, every time you see this kilo or pound going up in the scale, you're gonna become alarmed because you get this idea, this pressure that you need to look in a certain way. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna run to Google and you're gonna look for the next quick fix. You're gonna look for the next quick thing that I can do, and you're gonna try to do that. Of course, knowing what happens already, then not only you failing, but you're actually messing up your ability to actually building a lifestyle. Because as we learned before, not only your body is not meant to diet all the time, but it's not meant to keep dieting. Like you rather do something for once and actually, keep that, as much as you can. You're gonna learn how to build habits. You're gonna learn that it takes 30 days to build on habits, that the first days are uncomfortable, the second 10 days about discipline. But if you can get to 20 days and over, now is where the magic happens, because you finally let go for those unhealthy habits. You're gonna learn how to not completely take off habits, but replace some habits, improve some habits, and of course take ownership that if you actually want to drink, don't ask yourself why things are not working, because you chose to actually do that. So you will also learn that everybody, like I said, has 24 hours, but yet, fitness can be something really easy when you plan it out, when you give yourself some standards, okay? And of course, mostly than anything else, you will learn that the strategy that you so dearly look for, which is always the idea of which one is the perfect workout and diet, it's only about 20%, okay? The 80% really of the results lies under the surface, okay? Which is environment, is who you hang out with, is execution, is building habits and ritual, like we said, is the daily work, is growing from pain, is actually making mistake and growing, and is practice and getting better, okay? You need to basically build a foundation, your skills and your life standards, okay? Now, if you're gonna be able to do that, you're gonna be able to go from, inspiration to motivation, to discipline, to planning, to habits, and finally you get this thing that is called passion, okay? You get the same thing Mimi had, okay? Mimi came to me with a profound, story, that she let herself go, and obviously she let her visual self go because of, things that happened into her past. She had a very profound story of abuse. So as you can see, that reflected in her look. And as you can see on top here, she was able to fix her visual self, but not only that, she was finally able to, and as you can read it, you can actually stop and watch that, she was able to see gym and fitness as a reward, okay? So when you see gym or fitness as something fun, right, as something rewarding, now you know that you built a lifestyle. So, you can determine your outcome, okay? So how would you feel? Finally, if you can get rid of the stubborn fat that affected you until today. How would you feel if you can finally wear that dress that you might worn it in the past, that so much defined you, or you never even were able to wear it because you always told yourself that you can never get there, okay? How would you feel if you actually were able to wear that? How would you feel about receiving compliments, right? Not only you could feel a lot more intimate with your partner, or getting to a lot more dating, right, if that's your thing, but you would really build meaningful connection, okay? And of course, last but not least, how many more job decision you make, opportunities that you will get impacted by a confident body that you can actually reflect the identity you feel like you are, okay? So this is the second chance. The second chance is very simple. It's a simple path that is designed to actually get you to where you need to go, okay? And of course, as you can imagine, all these case studies, are not flukes. As you see before, not only, we tested and refined this method with more than 500 women before you today, women like Sheila, like Suzanne, like Lorna, but of course, we able to not only give visual transformation, but have people telling us, I finally got back to these jeans that so much defined me that I was not able to wear for years, okay? And as you can see here, it's something that if you do, it's gonna change your life. So what are you gonna do next? After what you learned today, are you still gonna go with these things, such as apps, ebooks, products, or of course, even personal trainer, which I like to call, rep counters? Or are you finally gonna stop with the product-based and service-based things, and you're gonna finally do something that works, okay? I think that if you're here, I think that you suffer for long enough. And it's finally time to actually reclaim your life and to actually see some results from the effort you're putting in, okay? With all fairness, you could take all this information and you could try to do it alone, but if you're here, you probably tried that before, it hasn't worked, okay? And why it hasn't worked is the same reason that you don't go to your doctor and you ask for a medicine. You actually go to your doctor and you ask to be diagnosed. You actually ask to an expert, what do I need to do to actually improve my life, right? And basically, doing this thing alone is the same likelihood of you winning the lottery. Time consuming, money consuming, and of course, very much frustration and confusion at the end. And I was talking to my girlfriend the other day, we were talking about lotteries and stuff, and she told me that she heard that that you have more possibility to get hit from a lightning bolt on your face than actually winning the lottery. So as you can imagine here, not only is gonna be unlikely that you win the lottery, but it's gonna be unlikely that you're actually able to fix your problem doing this thing alone. Okay, believe me, I am been doing this for about 20 years, and I have very rarely seen people that had no question, especially when they didn't have a healthy metabolism. Okay, if you're genetically gifted, chances are you wouldn't even be here until now. But if you're not, chances are you need some help. And who is this a second chance not for? Okay, who is this not for? I don't want people in here or women in here that find excuses after excuses, that are not ready to actually invest time, money, and energy for themselves. They're not ready to work hard, and they want a quick fix. If you want to come here and actually get these results by tomorrow, chances are you're not ready for this, or you're not right for this. Okay, Rome wasn't built in a day, and you will not fix your health problem in 2 weeks. Okay, chances are you've been working very hard for this, to build the bad habits that you have, to build your bad metabolism, to build your stubborn fat. So don't come in here asking for a quick fix in about 2 weeks. Okay, I can promise you though that it's gonna be very simple, and it's gonna be very painless. You're not gonna suffer. I'm not gonna have you do tons of hours of cardio, or I'm not gonna make you starve, taking away all your food that you like. But I need to make it really clear that you're gonna have to work hard, take commitment, and obviously really be ready to work and really understand how to improve and get better into this. See, humans, are funny. Okay, they think that they can actually break stuff up, for 2 or 3 years, really live with no diligently for 2 years, and then they can fix everything in 2 weeks. Okay, this is a funny thought that I actually got into my mind right now. So you need to stop looking for the destination. You need to start getting to work, and you need to start enjoying the process. I can promise you that we're gonna make this enjoyable for you. Okay, the best of the second chance work as the following. Okay, you're gonna have your current identity and limiting belief. We're gonna understand why you're experiencing these things over here and how does it make you feel. And we're gonna make it very clear what you could have instead. Okay, so we're gonna start to build a new identity for you. Okay, after that, we're really gonna work into reclaiming your shape. What we're gonna do in this phase, we're going to reboot or restore your metabolism, controlling your thought and emotion. We're gonna finally get you to understand what it needs to be present to get rid of the stress, and obviously to balance off your food, according to your needs. We're gonna get you to build health rituals. We're gonna get you to build routines according to your lifestyle. Okay. Now the third phase is actually where you build your sexy figure. Okay, when you rebuild a body that is actually performing. We're gonna boost your metabolism. We're gonna rebuild your sexy figure, and we're gonna teach you principle of body typing, genetics. We're gonna teach you all the law of metabolism. Okay, we're gonna teach you why your metabolism hasn't worked until today. And of course, it's here that we actually crafting the nutrition and a workout routine for you. Okay, something that not is perfect in general, but something that is perfect for you. Okay. Of course, the number 4 is actually where we reconnect, we build confidence, we reconnect with your identity. Like I said before, if you actually don't understand why you're doing something, you might still be trapped from your lack of self-confidence. And of course, we need to build self-love before you can actually build continuity. Okay, so we're gonna understand the story that imprisons you. We'll teach you how to stop being a perfectionist, and we will teach you what it means to actually start practicing. Okay, and the last but not least, like I said before, is really how to keep all these results. Okay, phase number 5 really go in depth into how to learn to make health stick into a sustainable structure that reflects your lifestyle. So we're gonna have you get better with the daily work. We're gonna teach you how to build and maintain habits. We're gonna teach you how to be a leader and grow. You can teach all these principles to the people you love, and you can make connection. And of course, last but not least, we're gonna teach you how to set new goals, okay? And of course, this is basically the second chance, the same second chance that helped Lorna, as you can see here, not only change her identity, but also change her visual view and get better to that bikini that a lot of people couldn't even recognize her. As you can see here, you can actually stop it. It's been 20 years since I was this size or weight. Word cannot express how happy and confident I am. Another amazing transformation, leaks. As you can see here, not only she changed visually, but she said, I never used to understand how people could smile after a workout. I totally get it now, okay? So it's not a visual transformation, it's a lifestyle transformation I'm giving you, okay? So what is the cost of your stubborn fat today? What is the emotional cost? I know a lot of people, when it comes to health, they always put health last. They always want to spend in the next phone, in the next Louis Vuitton. They want to go out to dinner. And of course, this is kind of like what with no offense, what I like to call the unsmart person, okay? The person that says, I'm going to live freely today and I'm going to take care of my health later on. Yet, is where divorces happen, is after a couple of years is where depression rises, is where, you're not able to get, your stubborn fat away anymore, and then you become very frustrated, okay? So what has been the emotional cost for you today? It's been not being able to wear the clothes that you want, intimacy or more sex with your partner. It's been always saying no to dates. Is it been like that awareness that you have every time you speak in front of an audience, if you're a businesswoman? Is it being the ability to watch your mirror and feel really at least somewhat okay with what you're seeing? Or what else? I mean, what has it been? And not to mention the money you spend in useless things that didn't work, but what has it been, the cost of emotional fat for you, right? The stubborn fat you have, what has it cost you? How much more time are you going to waste? How much more wasted potential are you going to waste? And specifically, how much more happiness are you going to waste? I was talking to a mom the other day, and she said that, after she did my program, she finally found a way to be okay with her weight, and now she's actually planning to have kids. So for some, it's even not be able to plan for a family. So if you can actually get deep into that, you can see that, the cost of you not getting in shape has cost you a lot, okay? So who is this for? It's for the woman that finally had enough of the stubborn fat. It's for the woman that tried every single thing and nothing really worked. It's even for the woman that really haven't tried it. She understands that this is different and she knows that this is gonna work and she's gonna do her best. And ultimately, it's for the woman that is ready for actual change. She's ready to work hard, and she's ready not for a quick fix, but she's ready to actually change her life once and for all. Okay, so if you're one of these women, it doesn't matter if you're a busy mom that want to go back to her, to her look from before. It doesn't matter if you're one of those women that spend hours, doing cardio and you haven't really achieved what you wanted to achieve. If you're struggling with the stubborn fat and this is giving you a body that doesn't reflect your identity and you really feel bad about it, right? And you want to change, this is for you. So what I want you to do right now is actually get ready to change. And you're gonna ask me, when can I start? If not right now, when? Okay. This is a Chinese proverb that says the best time to plant a tree, it was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Okay. And I want to have you consider that, if you see things a little bit different, an average person, I rephrase that. A person that lives 100 years really has 35,000 days. 100 years is 35,000 days. So as you can understand here, when you see it from a perspective of days, we don't have unlimited time. We have only one life, and one life is enough when you live it well, okay? So don't waste any more time, get ready to work, and actually land into my calendar. You know what you're eligible for right now, if you're still here, you're eligible for a free clarity call. In this call, we're gonna dive in deep into your situation. We're gonna ask you several questions. We're gonna see why you haven't achieved your stubborn fat loss, and we're gonna give you the clear path that you need to do if you wanna achieve it, okay? So what I need you to do, I'm gonna need you to take a time here, a day, answer very specifically the questions. I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions. If they're not specifically enough, I'm gonna cancel your call. If you do not show me that you're interested in actually filling a form, I'm not even gonna consider you, okay? And I don't wanna be harsh, but if you don't value my time, I'm not gonna value yours, okay? So please really feel this to a T. And after that, you understand that you're gonna get a choice at the end. I'm gonna tell you everything you need to do. You're gonna get a choice of doing it on your own. Okay, as I said before, how difficult it is to do things on your own. Or if you wanna do it with us, you're gonna get the best possibility to actually succeed. Okay, as you can see here, what we have. So don't wait any longer. Take your call right now. I'm gonna see you on the other side. This is Jerry, and I'm gonna wish you an amazing day.